Hey guys, I'm just fine guys. This video is about defense and rotations. So guys, I've gone through a lot of my Rocket League Sideswipe rank replays, both of 1v1s and 2v2s, and I found out many common errors that people were making while trying to defend. So in this video I'll discuss all those errors along with my own personal tips on how you guys can improve in Rocket League Sideswipe. And if you guys watch this video till the end and implement all these tips to your game, then I can pretty much guarantee that you will become an absolute god of defense and rotations in Rocket League Sideswipe. So guys, with all that being said, let's jump right into it. So guys, the first big mistake that many people were making was taking the ball up from their own goalpost, and you should never do that, because right over here you might think that you have all the space in the world to do whatever you want, but your opponent is actually just waiting right over there, and once you guys just bounce the ball up, then your opponent will come running towards the ball for taking the free goal. And even if your opponent is not that smart and he actually just rushes back towards his goal, then also he'll most likely be able to save the goal and start to counter on you. So guys, now I'll just show you the method that I personally use to deal with this kind of a situation. So guys, while the ball is rolling towards your net, you can actually just turn back to fake your opponent into your goal, and then you guys can actually just jump to get behind the ball and then take the ball towards the opponent's net. So guys, the second tip that I have for you is to stop overcommitting. So guys, I've seen this happen like a lot in both 1v1s and 2v2s. So basically what happens is that people just attack, and once they attack, they just flip in and just get stuck into the opponent's net, and then the opponent just gets an easy goal. In 2v2s, the opponent might actually save the goal, but in 1v1s, you guys should stop doing this right now. So guys, the third tip that I have for you is that never let the ball go behind you. Why? Let me explain. So first of all guys, by behind I do not mean that the ball is behind the back of your car, for example here, but by behind I mean that the ball is near your goalpost while you are not. And just like that guys, if you're behind the ball, just like how you can see on the screen right now, you will be having a hard time in trying to defend, and most likely the opponent will be able to score. And instead, if you guys make sure that the ball is always there in front of you, then you will be able to defend very easily. So guys, now moving on to the fourth tip, that is that never shoot the ball towards your own net. So guys, right now you must be wondering that why would someone actually just shoot the ball towards his own net. But guys, I don't know why, but in this kind of situation where people are there on the opponent's side of the field, I saw them that they just shoot the ball towards their own net, and where also sometimes the ball actually ends up going in. So guys, instead of doing that, you can just jump and then flip in towards the ball to challenge, and then you guys can try to take the ball towards your opponent's net. So guys, the fifth tip that I have for you is that if you guys do not have any boost when you guys are rotating back to your own goal, then you guys should actually use front flips, because front flips are actually faster than just accelerating without any boost. So guys, here's also a side-by-side comparison on how fast the front flips actually are. So just like that guys, you can use front flips to go back to your goal faster. Now guys, the sixth tip that I have for you is actually only for the 1v1s. So guys, I saw people were just getting scored on just because of losing the kickoff. So whenever they lost the kickoff, they just simply got scored on, like they did not have any particular defense strategy that they can opt for if they lose the kickoff. So guys, the tip that I have for you is that you guys should always use a kickoff that you guys are confident about, and also you guys should always have a plan B. Like if you guys lose the kickoff, you can opt for that plan B so that you guys do not get scored on in case you guys lose the kickoff. And also guys, you can consider using the goal shot kickoff for the 1v1s, because in my opinion guys, this is the safest kickoff for the 1v1s. So guys, now moving on to the seventh tip, that is that you guys should not give too much space to your opponent. So guys, I've seen people who are actually very confident about their defending skills, and they think that they can actually save any shot that their opponent can shoot. So they just stay at the goal and wait for the opponent to take the shot, and they're very confident that they will pretty much save it. But guys, you should never do that, because in that case there are only two outcomes. One is that you will not be able to defend and your opponent will be able to score, and the second outcome is that your opponent will just keep on attacking on you and you will just have to defend every single shot. And instead, if you guys just challenge and keep the pressure on your opponent, he will panic and then end up making a mistake, and then you will be able to get an easy goal. So just like that guys, speaking about challenges, I'll just give you a quick tip on how you guys can challenge in Rocket League Sideswipe. And if you guys want a full video on how to challenge, then you can let me know in the comment section down below, and if I get enough comments about that, I'll make a video on it. So as of now, let's just see the basics of how you guys can challenge effectively in Rocket League Sideswipe. So guys, the most important tip for challenging is that you guys should always aim for the exact center of the ball. So if you guys are aiming for the exact center of the ball and then you guys flip, then nobody can actually defeat you in the challenge until they are also not aiming towards that particular point. So as you guys can also see from right over here, I'm aiming towards the center of the ball and my opponent is actually aiming on the top part of the ball. So right now guys, I will most likely win this challenge. And one more thing guys, like while challenging, your opponent actually might get into this kind of a position, and if he gets into this position guys, you can just jump once and then you should just start boosting. And always remember guys, do not flip, just jump once and then start boosting, and only boost into the center part of the ball, and then eventually your opponent will actually lose control of the ball and you will be able to take the position. So now guys, the last two tips of this video are about 2v2's positioning and rotations, and I've actually barely seen anybody rotating in Rocket League Sideswipe, and I guess that's because people think that rotation isn't actually important in a 2D game, but actually guys, in 2v2s of Rocket League Sideswipe, rotation and positioning is actually a very important aspect of the game, and you guys should always rotate properly and also give your teammates chances to score, because I've seen people who just run after the ball and do not care where their teammates are, and basically they just go for the ball every single time. So you guys should always keep an eye on where your teammate is, and if you guys think that your teammate is actually in a better position to take a particular shot, you guys should actually not go for that shot. So now you guys must be wondering that if you do not go for that particular shot, then where should your position actually be on the field in Rocket League Sideswipe for the maximum benefit? So guys, starting off, you might have not noticed, but the Rocket League Sideswipe field is actually already divided into 4 paths. So I give you guys 5 seconds to guess where those paths are. So if you guys can't see them, I'll just show you, like these are all the 4 paths that are there in a Rocket League Sideswipe field. And if you guys are wondering that how will you spot these paths in game without all of these labels, then you guys can spot them by these lines that are there all over the field. And by the way, I also drew all of these labels just using these lines because they actually just divide the field exactly into 4 paths. So if you guys say that all these paths are actually blocks and the Rocket League Sideswipe field is actually divided into 4 blocks, then I'd recommend that you guys should stay 2 blocks away from your teammate. So guys, next time whenever you play 2v2s in Rocket League Sideswipe, always stay 2 blocks away from your teammate. So now if you guys are confused that how that should work, then let's jump right into it. So by 2 blocks away, I mean like if your teammate is there in the block 2, then you should be there in the block 4. And just like that guys, if your teammate is there anywhere in the block 3 or the block 4, then you guys should be actually there at the goal. Oh, and by the way guys, you must have noticed that the car at the goal is actually a little bit outside the goal. So guys, that's because I have found out that if you position your car slightly outside the goal, then it is actually very helpful to stop the balls that come rolling up from this place. And just like that guys, you will also have to make sure that you move as the position of your teammate changes. Like if he goes from the block 3 to the block 2, then you should also go from the goal to the block 4. And just like that guys, keeping track of the position of your teammate on the field, you guys should also position yourself according to that. So guys, that was it for today's video. And if you guys are still watching, then comment down pro in the comment section down below, because if you guys add all these tips to your game, then I can pretty much guarantee that you will become the god of defense and rotations in Rocket League Sideswipe. So in the end, please drop a like, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.